America's love for the automobile is a rich tapestry woven with innovation, style, and power. From the early days of horseless carriages to the muscle car era's roaring engines, American car companies have consistently pushed boundaries and captured the public's imagination. But beyond the household names, there's a hidden world of rare gems. Cars that stand out for their limited production runs, groundbreaking features, or simply their captivating designs. Today, we're taking a fascinating journey through time to explore 50 of the rarest American old cars you might have never heard of. Number 50, 1931 Rio Royal 8. The Rio Royal 8 was made from 1931 to 1934. It was a common sight on the roads during this time, known for its stylish look and unique design. Amos Northup, the chief body designer at Murray Corporations of America, created its special features, including curved fenders and a sharply V-shaped grille. His artistic touch gave the Royal 8 a unique and grand look, setting it apart from other luxury cars of its time. In terms of performance, it was powered by a smooth straight-8 engine, with specifications such as a displacement of 358 cubic inches and producing 125 horsepower at 3,300 RPM. Its top speed reached an impressive 90 miles per hour, making it a powerful touring car. Number 49, 1957 Ford Fairlane Skyliner. The Ford Fairlane 500 Skyliner was produced between 1957 and 1959, showcasing major advances in car engineering and design. Its main feature was the retractable hardtop, known as the hideaway hardtop, which turned the coupe into a convertible at the push of a button. Under the hood, the 57 Skyliner came with several engine choices, with the base being a V8. Buyers could choose different engines, including the Thunderbird Special 312 cubic inch V8. Power varied with the engine, with the Thunderbird Special V8 giving around 245 horsepower for lively performance. With an automatic transmission, the Skyliner made driving easy, offering a smooth and hassle-free experience on the road. Number 48, 1955 Ford Crown Victoria Skyliner. The Ford Crown Victoria Skyliner was produced in 1955 and 1956, during a time when cars were getting new designs and exciting features. One unique aspect of the Skyliner was its transparent green roof. This clear roof allowed passengers to enjoy the feeling of being outdoors while staying protected from the weather. Under the hood, the car offered various engine options. The standard engine was a Y-block V8, producing around 162 horsepower, but more powerful engines were available for those seeking extra speed. The Crown Victoria Skyliner also had distinctive styling. It featured unique headlight eyebrows, a pointed front, and sleek lines along the sides that led to rounded taillights, making it stand out from other cars of its time. Number 47, 1956 Continental Mark II. The Continental Mark II, built in 1956 and 1957, was a luxury car of its time. It featured a powerful 6-liter V8 engine. This engine didn't need a turbocharger to enhance its power. It had a design called overhead valve gear. The engine cylinders were arranged in a V-shape, making it more compact. Each cylinder was equipped with 2 valves. The engine could generate 285 horsepower. At its peak performance, it could produce 544 Newton-meters of torque. This combination made the car both powerful and smooth to drive. Number 46, 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. The Cadillac Eldorado Brougham was produced for only 2 years, in 1957 and 1958. In 1957, they manufactured just 400 cars, and in 1958, only 304. This car featured a large 6.3-liter V8 engine with 2 4-barrel carburetors, making it very powerful and fast. It came with an automatic gearbox, which allowed for smooth gear shifts and made driving easy. The Cadillac Eldorado Brougham was renowned for its luxury and power during its brief production run in the late 1950s. Despite its short time on the market, it left a lasting impression with its impressive performance and elegant design, making it a notable classic car from that era. Before we proceed, remember to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on similar content. Now, let's dive back into the video. Number 45, 1958 Chrysler 300D. The 1958 Chrysler 300D was a special car in the letter series. You could choose it as a 2-door hardtop or a convertible. In 1958, Chrysler only made a few of these cars, 618 hardtops and 191 convertibles. This car had some cool features. It had 4 headlights, a grille that looked like eggs in a crate, and big tail fins. But it didn't have many fancy decorations on the sides, and it only came in a few colors. Underneath the hood, the 300D had a big engine, a 6.4-liter V8. People called this engine the Hemi. It could make the car go fast with 380 horsepower. Chrysler also tried something new with fuel injection, but it didn't work well, so they went back to using carburetors. Number 44, 1959 Buick Electra 225 convertible. The Buick Electra 225 convertible came out in 1959 and 1960. During these years, cars started to look different. They moved away from the fancy styles of the 1950s to smoother designs of the early 1960s. This car had a really strong engine. It was a 401 cubic inch nailhead V8 engine. It produced 325 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. This means it's powerful. The engine used a 4-barrel carburetor. That helps it perform well, especially when you're driving with the top down. The design of the car is cool too. It has a sweeping front end and big body lines. And you can't miss the tail fins. They stick out and make the car look unique. The shiny trim on the bumpers, grille, and lights add to its fancy style. Inside, there's a red leather interior. It's comfy with bucket seats and modern stuff like a Sonomatic AM radio and air conditioning. Plus, the power windows and front bench seats make it easy to adjust for a smooth ride. Number 43, 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. The 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville was a car in Cadillac's lineup that year. It stood out because of its fancy design. One thing people remember about it is its unique tail fins. These tail fins still stick in people's minds today. Under the hood, it had a strong V8 engine. The most famous one was the 390 cubic inch V8. This engine made about 325 horsepower, making the ride smooth. You could easily spot it from the outside because of its big tail fins, twin bullet tail lamps, and special grille patterns. All these were highlighted by shiny chrome trim that looked like jewels. Inside, passengers got to enjoy luxurious things like power windows and two-way power seats. These made sure that everyone had a comfy and classy ride in this fancy car. Number 42, 1959 Chrysler 300e. In 1959, Chrysler introduced the 300e as part of a special group of cars known as the Letter Series. There weren't many 300 cars made, only 647 in total. This made it super rare back then. The car had a really powerful engine, a big one called the 413 cubic inch Golden Lion wedge head V8 engine. It had two 4-barrel carburetors. These made the car go really fast, with 380 horsepower, just like the old Hemi engines. A guy named Virgil Exner designed the car to look cool and sleek. He called his style the forward look. Even though the 300e was elegant and cool, people don't talk about it as much as they should. It's a real classic car that deserves more attention. Number 41, 1955 Chrysler C300 hardtop. The Chrysler C300 was built just in 1955. It was the first of Chrysler's Letter Series cars, followed by the 300B and C. Its main feature was a strong 5.4-liter Hemi V8 engine, which could make an amazing 300 horsepower. This made the C300 a really fast car. What made the engine special was its hemispherical combustion chambers, which helped it make a lot of power. Because of its powerful engine and not too heavy body, the C300 could speed up fast and go really fast too. Overall, it was one of the strongest cars you could buy back then. Number 40, 1960 Chrysler 300F. The Chrysler 300F was created in 1960 as part of Chrysler's fancy line of cars. It had a tough engine called the Golden Lion, a 413 cubic inch V8 engine. This engine had two 4-barrel carburetors, making the car very strong on the road. It could make 375 horsepower, which was a lot at the time. People loved the 300F for its speed and cool design. It came with a TorqueFlite automatic transmission, which made driving smooth and comfy. Number 39, 1961 Chrysler 300G. The Chrysler 300G came out only in 1961. It was part of the special group of cars called the Letter Series, known for being fancy and strong. Even though it looked smooth, the 300G had a tough engine. It had a big 413 cubic inch V8 engine, just like the 300F before it. But the 300G had even more power because of something called a cross-ram induction system. This system had two 4-barrel carburetors placed at different angles, making the car perform better. With 375 horsepower, the 1961 Chrysler 300G was one of the strongest cars of its time. Its strong engine and smooth design let it speed up with lots of excitement. Number 38, 1961 Lincoln Continental. In 1961, the Lincoln Continental made waves in the luxury car scene with its innovative design and high standards. Produced solely for the 1961 model year, it showcased pioneering features. Underneath its smooth outside, the Continental had a strong engine that was 430 cubic inches big, which is like 7 liters. People loved this engine because it was reliable and had a lot of power. It wasn't the most powerful engine ever, making about 300 horsepower, but it was good enough for driving around in style. This engine was all about giving the car smooth and fancy performance, which matched perfectly with how luxurious the car was. So, even though it wasn't the fastest, it was great for those leisurely drives where you wanted to feel really fancy. Number 37, 1954 Nash Metropolitan. The Nash Metropolitan was built from 1954 to 1961. It stood out because of its unique design. Nash Motors and Austin of England teamed up to create this car, blending American and European styles. The Metropolitan had a small but strong engine. At first, it had a 1.2-liter inline-4, later upgraded to 1.5 liters. Although it didn't have a lot of power, the car was fast and easy to handle. Its horsepower ranged from 42 to 55, which isn't very high. But because the car was light, it used its horsepower well. This made it feel lively to drive, even though its numbers were modest. Number 36, 1962 Pontiac Grand Prix. The 1962 Pontiac Grand Prix was the start of an impressive legacy, hitting the roads as a large, high-performance coupe in 1962. Beneath its sleek exterior, it packed a powerful punch with a 305 horsepower, 389 cubic inch V8 engine. This engine wasn't just about brute force. It was engineered to deliver strong acceleration and an exhilarating driving experience. With 303 horsepower, the Grand Prix had plenty of power for people who love driving fast. And its V8 engine made sure you felt confident when you accelerated, making driving it a lot of fun. Its V8 engine's torque ensured confident acceleration, promising pure joy for anyone eager to take it out on the open road. Number 35, 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe. The 1963 Corvette Coupe was made in 1963. It had a special design with split rear windows, which was only used for 1 year. This unique feature gave the car a memorable look. Under the hood, it had an optional fuel-injected V8 engine. This engine was a small block V8 with a size of 327 cubic inches, which is about 5.4 liters. It could produce 360 horsepower. This engine was known for its ability to rev high and deliver power smoothly. With 360 horsepower, the 1963 Corvette Coupe was a strong sports car for its time. It was a standout with its distinctive rear window and powerful engine. People loved its look and performance back then. Number 34, 1963 Chevrolet Impala. The 1963 Impala was made when Chevrolet was redesigning the Impala for the third time, between 1961 and 1964. What made this car special was the different engines you could choose from. One cool option was the 409 cubic inch V8 engine, which is about 6.7 liters in metric. This engine came in different power levels, ranging from 340 to 425 horsepower. People who love fast cars really liked the 425 horsepower version. Besides its strong engine, the Impala had a sleek and stylish look, with long lines and a unique front grille. Because of its 425 horsepower, the 1963 Impala was seen as a very powerful car of its time. Number 33, 1963 Studebaker Avanti. The Studebaker Avanti was created by the Studebaker Corporation from June 1962 to December 1963. It had a special look designed by Raymond Loewy's team. Its body was made of fiberglass and it was built on a changed Studebaker Lark 109-inch convertible frame. Under the hood, it had a changed 289 cubic inch V8 engine. You could also get it with a Paxton supercharger for extra power. This supercharged engine made it even more exciting to drive. The basic Avanti engine can make 240 horsepower, but if you went for the supercharged R3 engine, it could do even more. The Avanti was a unique car with a special design and powerful engine options. Number 32, 1964 Chevrolet Corvair Monza Spider. The Corvair Monza Spider was made in 1964. It had a special engine compared to the other Corvair models. This engine was turbocharged, meaning it had a device to make it more powerful. It had a 145 cubic inch engine, which means the total volume of all its cylinders was 145 cubic inches. The engine was special because it used a mix of materials, aluminum for the case and heads, and cast iron for the cylinders. Adding the turbocharger changed many parts of the engine. With this setup, the engine could produce 150 horsepower, which shows how strong it was. This was quite impressive because the Corvair chassis was lightweight. People buying the Monza Spider could choose either a 3-speed manual or a 4-speed manual transmission. Number 31, 1953 Studebaker Starliner Coupe. In 1953, Studebaker rolled out the Starliner Coupe as part of its Champion and Commander series, flaunting a design that turned heads. With its lowered profile, smooth contours, and meticulous craftsmanship, the Starliner exuded an aura of sophistication. Beneath its sleek exterior lies a potent 233 cubic inch V8 engine, precisely matching the vehicle's credentials. This powerhouse is equipped with twin-barrel Stromberg carburetors, churning out a commendable 120 horsepower, ensuring spirited performance on the open road. Teamed up with the V8 is a 3-speed Borg-Warner automatic transmission, renowned for its seamless shifts and effortless cruising prowess. Together, these components formed a winning combination, solidifying the Starliner's status as a trailblazer in automotive innovation during its era. Number 30, 1965 Buick Riviera GS. In 1965, Buick introduced the Riviera GS as part of its first-gen Riviera lineup, marking the debut of the Grand Sport option. This upgraded the Riviera's performance and style. A key feature was its powerful engine, the Super Wildcat 425 cubic inch nailhead V8. This engine had dual 4-barrel carburetors, boosting its performance. With 360 horsepower, the 1965 Buick Riviera GS was not only stylish but also powerful on the road. It came with a 3-speed automatic transmission, ensuring smooth shifts and easy cruising. The introduction of the Riviera GS expanded Buick's range, offering customers a high-performance option with a blend of style and power. This model set a standard for future Riviera editions, showcasing Buick's commitment to innovation and excellence in automotive engineering. Number 29, 1965 Pontiac GTO. In the mid-1960s, Pontiac launched the GTO, a car that became very popular with car enthusiasts. The 1965 model was part of the first generation of GTOs, which started in 1964 and ended in 1967. This year marked the second year of production for the GTO, and its reputation continued to grow. The 65 GTO boasted a potent 389 cubic inch V8 engine under its hood. One notable feature was its tri-power setup, which included 3 2-barrel carburetors, enhancing its performance. With approximately 355 horsepower, depending on the version, this engine enabled the GTO to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 6 seconds, a remarkable feat for its time. Number 28, 1965 Shelby Mustang GT350. In 1965 and 1966, the Shelby GT350 was produced through a collaboration between Carroll Shelby and Ford, resulting in a special edition of the Mustang. A standout feature of this model was its robust engine, a modified 289 cubic inch V8, specifically designed for racing purposes. This engine boasted 306 horsepower, delivering exhilarating acceleration. Enhanced performance was achieved through unique components like a high-rise aluminum intake manifold and a Holley carburetor. Equipped with a closed-ratio 4-speed manual transmission, the GT350 was optimized for dynamic driving experiences. Its short-throw shifter facilitated precise gear changes, further elevating the thrill of operating this high-performance vehicle. Number 27, 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado. The Oldsmobile Toronado debuted in 1966 and remained in production until 1970. Its significance lies in it being the first front-wheel drive car manufactured in the USA since the Cord 810A12. Equipped with a powerful 375 horsepower V8 engine, the 1966 model showcased remarkable performance capabilities. What made it even more exceptional was its utilization of GM's turbo-hydromatic transmission in a transaxle configuration to drive the front wheels. This innovative combination of a potent engine and front-wheel drive marked a departure from the conventional luxury cars of its era. The Toronado's 375 horsepower engine not only provided impressive power, but also ensured thrilling performance, distinguishing it from its rear-wheel drive counterparts. Number 26, 1967 Cadillac Eldorado. The 1967 Cadillac Eldorado made its debut during the 1968 model year, marking Cadillac's entry into the personal luxury car market. It boasted a robust 7.7-liter V8 engine without turbocharging. This engine, situated under the hood, produced an impressive 375 horsepower with a peak torque of 712 Newton-meters. Paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission, the Eldorado offered strong acceleration and smooth cruising, enhancing the overall driving experience for its users. Number 25, 1967 Chevrolet Corvette L88. In 1967, Chevrolet unveiled the Corvette L88, a rare find among cars of its era. Only 20 of these were ever made, making it extremely scarce. Beneath its stylish exterior was a robust 427 cubic inch big block V8 engine. This engine had impressive specification, including a 4.2-inch bore and a 3.7-inch stroke, with a high compression ratio of 12.5 to 1. It required 103-octane fuel for optimum performance. Its solid lifter camshaft lifted valves with a half-inch of force and operated for 326 degrees of engine rotation. Furthermore, its aluminum cylinder heads housed intake valves measuring 2.19 inches and exhaust valves measuring 1.84 inches. Despite its official horsepower rating of 430, the L88 was known to deliver even more power, offering a thrilling driving experience. Number 24, 1967 Pontiac Grand Prix Convertible. The 1967 Pontiac Grand Prix Convertible was manufactured for just 1 year, making it unique as the sole Grand Prix model ever produced as a convertible. Consequently, these vehicles are rare to come by. Equipped with a robust 428 cubic inch V8 engine employing overhead valve technology, it delivered substantial power, generating 376 horsepower and a torque of up to 627 Newton-meters. It offered an exhilarating performance. Paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, driving this vehicle was a thrilling experience. The combination of its rarity, powerful engine and manual transmission contributed to its appeal among car enthusiasts. Number 23, 1968 AMC AMX. The AMC AMX was produced in 1968 and 1969, totaling 15,000 units, making it a sought-after classic car. featuring 2 sets with standard bucket seats. It boasted a robust V8 engine, prioritizing performance. Its dashboard showcased sporty circular gauges, including a tachometer reaching up to 8,000 RPM, though the advisable redline stood at approximately 5,000 RPM. With 3 variants of the Gen 2 V8 engine, all delivering exceptional performance, the base model housed a 290 cubic inch V8 engine outfitted with a 4-barrel carburetor. This combination of design, power, and performance solidified the AMX's reputation as a standout vehicle of its time. Number 22. 1949 Oldsmobile 88. The Oldsmobile 88 made its debut on the roads in 1949, replacing the 78 model, which had a straight-8 engine. It remained in production until 1953. It was powered by the innovative Rocket V8 engine, a robust 5-liter powerhouse. This engine delivered 135 horsepower and 263 foot-pounds of torque. During its time, nothing quite matched the performance of the Rocket engine. Paired with a 4-speed automatic hydromatic transmission, the Oldsmobile 88 displayed its capabilities on both the acceleration track and the highway. Number 21. 1969 Dodge Charger. The 1969 Charger was part of the second generation of Chargers, which began after the successful launch of the new body style in 1968. It was made during the 1969 model year. The Charger offered different engine options to suit various preferences. Surprisingly, the base model had a 225 cubic inch displacement slant-6 engine, producing 145 horsepower. Around 500 of the 1969 Chargers had this less powerful engine. The Road Track model, designed for performance enthusiasts, had a powerful 440 SID Magnum V8 engine, producing 375 horsepower. At the top of the lineup was the legendary 426 SID Street Hemi engine, delivering an impressive 425 horsepower. These engine options varied significantly in power. Transmission choices included a 4-speed manual and the TorqueFlite automatic. The Charger RT model came standard with automatic transmission and Dodge's distinctive bumblebee stripes. Number 20. 1933 Pierce Arrow Silver Arrow. The Pierce Silver Arrow was crafted in 1933 by Pierce Arrow, an esteemed American luxury car manufacturer. Philip O. Wright spearheaded its design, unveiling it at the 1933 New York Auto Show. Remarkably, a mere 5 silver arrows were produced in a swift 3-month period. Distinguishing itself from other Pierce Arrow models, this car boasted a notable contemporary appearance. Its sleek profile featured a slanted grille and headlights integrated into the fenders. Underneath the hood lay a powerful V12 engine, boasting 12 cylinders arranged in a V configuration. This robust engine enabled the Silver Arrow to achieve speeds of up to 115 miles per hour, showcasing its impressive performance capabilities. Number 19. 1969 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. The 1969 Trans Am debuted as a bundle of performance enhancements and style upgrades. While it retained the basic design of earlier Firebirds from 67 and 68, the 1969 model boasted a fiercer appearance. This iteration marked the end of the initial generation of Firebirds, but remained in production until early 1970. Included in the Trans Am package, labeled as option code WS4, was the potent Ram Air 3 engine. This 6.5-liter V8 engine, without any turbocharging, delivered 335 horsepower and generated a peak torque of 583 Newton-meters. With the Ram Air 3 engine on board, the Trans Am gained substantial power, setting it apart as a formidable presence on the road. Number 18. 1970 Buick GSX. The Buick GSX was manufactured from 1970 to 1972, during a brief yet impactful period in the eyes of muscle car enthusiasts. Its memorable design boasted vibrant paint choices, distinct stripes, and spoilers, ensuring it stood out from the crowd. Powering this iconic car was a robust 455 cubic inch V8 engine, setting a high standard for performance. Additionally, in 1971, buyers had the option to equip a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, similar to the one found in the base Buick Skylark GS. While specific horsepower figures varied, the 455 V8 engine delivered impressive power. Notably, the GSX excelled in handling, further enhancing its overall performance package. Number 17. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. The 1970 Chevelle SS, part of the second generation of Chevelles, offered options for hardtops and convertibles. Its most notable feature was its powerful engine lineup. The standard engine was a 396 cubic inch V8, generating 350 horsepower. For those seeking more power, there was the option of a 454 cubic inch LS6 V8 engine, delivering an impressive 450 horsepower. This engine boasted enhancements like a high-lift camshaft, forged pistons, and a Holley 4-barrel carburetor. Transmission choices included the TH400 3-speed automatic and several 4-speed manual transmissions, providing a thrilling driving experience. Whether cruising in the city or tearing up the highway, the The 1970 Chevelle SS offered performance and style for discerning drivers. Number 16. 1970 Chevrolet Corvette LT1. The LT1 engine, made by Chevrolet from 1970 to 72, was only found in the Corvette and Camaro. It's praised as one of Chevy's top small block engines, originating in 1955. The 1970 LT1 was a powerful version of GM's 350 cubic inch engine. It had a tough cast iron cylinder block and a 1018 alloy steel crankshaft, cross-drilled and internally balanced with Moraine 400 rod and main bearings. The sturdy connecting rods were 5.7 inches long, backing forged TRW pistons of high silicon aluminum. Thanks to a higher compression ratio, the LT1 churned out an impressive 370 horsepower. Number 15. 1970 Plymouth Cuda. The 1970 Plymouth Cuda underwent a significant redesign, widening by 5 inches while maintaining its length. This broader frame allowed for various powertrain options, notably the powerful 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine. Renowned for its immense power and distinctive hemispherical combustion chambers, the 426 Hemi could produce up to 425 horsepower when equipped with dual 4-barrel carburetors. While buyers had alternatives like the Slant 6 and smaller V8s, the Hemi remained the most coveted choice. The Cuda also provided the option of either a 4-speed manual transmission or a torque flight automatic, with many enthusiasts favoring the manual for greater control. Number 14. 1939 Ford Deluxe. The 1939 Ford Deluxe was made by Ford in the late 1930s. This car was significant because it combined traditional car design with new ideas. E.T. Gregory designed it. The Deluxe had special features, like a smooth front grille and headlights that fit well with the rest of the design. These features made the car look better. It also had a new and improved V8 engine made by Ford. This engine gave the car more power than older models. However, back then, V8 engines usually only had between 85 to 90 horsepower. Despite this, the 1939 Ford Deluxe was a notable car because it blended classic styles with modern advancements in automotive technology. Number 13. 1973 Pontiac Super Duty Trans Am. The Super Duty Trans Am emerged as a defiant champion of power and speed. This special edition car, produced for just 2 model years, boasted a handcrafted, high-output engine at its heart, the legendary Super Duty 455 cubic inch V8. While horsepower figures were officially around 290, this engine's true strength lay in its immense torque, a massive 395 pounds. This unique combination made the Super Duty Trans Am a true powerhouse, built specifically for exhilarating performance on the road. With its impressive pulling power and near 300 horsepower, this wasn't your average muscle car. It offered a thrilling blend of raw muscle and precise handling, making it a dominant force on both straightaway and winding roads. Number 12. 1987 Buick GNX. In 1987, Buick released a limited edition car, the GNX, that marked a turning point for American performance vehicles. With only 547 units produced, the GNX was a special high-performance version of the rear-wheel drive Buick Grand National. It boasted a turbocharged and intercooled 3.8-liter V8 engine, and while Buick officially rated its horsepower at 276, it was widely believed to be even more powerful. The impressive performance came from several key modifications. Engineers enhanced the engine with ported and polished heads, a larger turbocharger featuring a lightweight ceramic turbine wheel, a dual exhaust system, and a recalibrated computer to optimize engine control. As a result, the GNX could outperform even the latest Corvettes, solidifying its place as a top contender in American automotive performance. Number 11. 1990 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. General Motors offered a high-performance variant of the Chevrolet Corvette, the ZR1, between 1990 and 95. This special edition boasted cutting-edge technology and significant enhancements to its driving capabilities. The ZR1's crown jewel was the LT5 engine. This hand-built 5.7-liter V8 engine featured an aluminum block and cylinder heads, incorporating a sophisticated 32-valve design for optimized airflow and superior performance. To achieve higher engine speeds and improved air intake compared to the standard Corvette's pushrod system, the ZR1 utilized a double overhead cam layout. Developed in collaboration with Lotus Engineering, the LT5 produced a remarkable 400 horsepower. This impressive power was channeled to the rear wheels via a ZF 6-speed manual transmission, delivering an exhilarating driving experience. Number 10. 1949 Ford Custom. The 1949 Ford Custom was part of the F-Series lineup, which included the F1 half-ton, F2 3/4-ton, and F3 heavy-duty trucks. These trucks were produced in the late 1940s, with the 1949 model marking a shift from wartime production to post-war civilian vehicles. Under the hood, it boasted two engine choices, a reliable 226 cubic inch inline six-cylinder delivering 95 horsepower, and a powerful 239 cubic inch flathead V8 engine generating 100 horsepower. For greater control, all these cars came equipped with a manual transmission, offering drivers the option of a 3-speed or 4-speed gearbox. Number 9. 1948 Oldsmobile Futuramic 98. A standout in Oldsmobile's 1948 lineup was the Futuramic 98. This top-of-the-line model marked a leap forward in design and technology for the post-war era. It boasted a powerful and refined drivetrain, with engine choices including a muscular 455 cubic inch Oldsmobile V8. The Futuramic 98 incorporated a sleeker grille, introduced a few years earlier in 1946. Additionally, it offered a technologically advanced suspension system called quadricoil springing. This system utilized robust coil springs at the rear axle combined with double-acting hydraulic shock absorbers at all four wheels, ensuring a smooth and comfortable ride. While horsepower varied depending on the engine, the 455 cubic inch V8 delivered ample power for effortless cruising and strong acceleration. Number 8. 1946 Chevrolet Stylemaster. In 1946, Chevrolet unveiled the Stylemaster as their new affordable car, positioned alongside the luxurious Fleetmaster. The Stylemaster came equipped with a reliable 216 cubic inch inline-six engine that generated 90 horsepower. This robust engine featured a simple and efficient design with a 3.5-inch bore, 3.8-inch stroke, and a 6.6:1 compression ratio. For added durability, it utilized four main bearings and a cast-iron cylinder block. To ensure smooth operation, a Carter one-barrel carburetor provided precise fuel metering. This combination delivered dependable performance, making the Stylemaster a practical choice for daily driving. Partnered with a 3-speed manual transmission, the Stylemaster offered drivers control over gear selection and efficient power delivery. Number 77. 1944 Nash Ambassador Slipstream. The Nash Ambassador Slipstream emerged during the challenging times of World War II. Due to wartime restrictions, car production was significantly reduced, making these automobiles quite rare today. Powered by a 234 cubic inch flathead 6-cylinder engine, the Ambassador Slipstream delivered good performance for its era, with horsepower varying slightly between models. The car boasted a smooth shifting 3-speed manual transmission with a conventional gear layout. Despite the limitations of wartime production, these features made the Ambassador Slipstream a distinctive car in its time. Number 6. 1933 Chrysler CL Imperial Dual Cowl Phaeton. The 1933 Chrysler CL Imperial Dual Cowl Phaeton was a fancy car in Chrysler's luxury collection. Succeeding the 1931 series GG Imperial, this limited production car exuded elegance. A powerful 384 cubic inch inline 8-cylinder engine replaced the previous 6-cylinder variant, housed beneath the elongated hood. This CL Imperial boasted a distinctive LeBaron dual cowl phaeton body, customized by Ralph Roberts of LeBaron, a renowned coach builder. Roberts' modifications further accentuated the car's length and style, solidifying its place as a luxurious statement. Number 5. 1934 LaSalle Series 350 Convertible Coupe. In 1934, General Motors introduced a revamped LaSalle Series 350. This luxurious car slotted between the prestigious Cadillac and the more affordable Oldsmobile within GM's offerings. Sharing the B platform with Buick and Oldsmobile models, LaSalle benefited from efficient production methods. The year 1934 proved to be a banner year for LaSalle, with sales doubling thanks to a stylish redesign and cutting-edge features. The LaSalle sported a powerful 8-cylinder engine shared with Oldsmobile. This 240 cubic inch L-head inline engine delivered a lively 95 horsepower, prioritizing a thrilling driving experience. Notably, the LaSalle distinguished itself from Cadillac by being the first GM car to incorporate hydraulic brakes and an innovative independent front suspension system, showcasing its focus on advanced technology. Number 4. 1932 Auburn 12168 Speedster. The Auburn 12 was a remarkable car produced from 1932 to 1934. It boasted a one-of-a-kind engine, a 391 cubic inch V12 designed by Chief Engineer George Kublin. This innovative engine featured a narrow 45-degree angle and exceptional stability with four main bearings. Unlike most engines of the era, it didn't rely on a single carburetor, but rather utilized two, strategically placed for optimal performance. This clever design, along with a well-crafted combustion chamber, resulted in an impressive output of 160 horsepower, the highest per cubic inch among Detroit's engines at the time. The valve system was equally impressive, with a single camshaft nestled with the engine's V shape, actuating the valves horizontally through rocker arms. Notably, the Auburn Speedster variant achieved 160 brake horsepower, solidifying its position as a true powerhouse. Number 3. 1932 Ford V8. In 1932, Ford introduced a revolutionary car, the Model 18, also known as the 1932 Ford V8. This vehicle marked a significant turning point in automotive history. It brought together two previously incompatible features, affordability and V8 engine power. Traditionally, V8 engines were reserved for expensive luxury cars. The Model 18 challenged this notion by offering a powerful V8 at a surprisingly accessible price point. This achievement was made possible by Ford's innovative engine design. By combining the crankcase and cylinder banks into a single unit, they significantly reduced manufacturing costs. The resulting 221 cubic inch V8 engine delivered an impressive 65 horsepower, making the 1932 Ford V8 a powerful and attractive option for a wide range of customers. Number 2. 1932 Packard Twin 6. Debuting in 1932, the Packard Twin 6 quickly became a legend. This powerful and stylish car stood out from the crowd with its innovative V12 engine, a rarity at the time. This 12-cylinder powerhouse offered exceptional smoothness and performance thanks to its large displacement and high output. An advanced carburetor ensured efficient fuel use, while the 3-speed manual transmission allowed drivers to experience the car's exhilarating acceleration. The Twin 6's design was equally impressive, featuring elegant curves, gleaming chrome accents, and a long hood that proudly housed the mighty V12. Number 1. 1933 Cadillac V16 Aerodynamic Coupe. From 1930 to 1940, the Cadillac V16 reigned supreme as Cadillac's most luxurious offering. This groundbreaking car, the first American V16, was synonymous with exclusivity and a hefty price tag. Each Cadillac V16 was meticulously crafted to the owner's desires, boasting a custom-built chassis. Despite an 11-year production run, only 4,076 V16s were ever built, with most finding homes before the Great Depression. The car's innovative V16 engine was a marvel of engineering. Remarkably quiet and powerful, it propelled the sleek aerodynamic coupe to an impressive 100 miles per hour. These amazing old American cars take us on a cool trip through car history. From famous ones to hidden treasures, each car is special and shows how creative and skilled people were back then. What surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments and subscribe for more fascinating content.